Hi, this is Unification Inside. My name is Hope. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'd like you to take a deep breath and join me in this reading today so that you can entrain yourself to my energy, which helps because I've been a twin flame for almost 30 years. Well, I guess my whole life, technically, or all my lives. But I've been on this journey for a really long time, and I've healed pretty much everything I can. So if you tap in, put your phone down, and just listen and or watch, then you actually can entrain into my energy and pick up some templates from me. So anyway, what we're going to talk about in this video, as the thumbnail and everything suggests, is we have a new moon in Taurus coming up on April 30th, 2022. It's also a partial solar eclipse, which solar eclipses are very important and moon cycles are very important. So I want to just give you a little overview of that first to let you know, and I'm not an astrologer, so definitely, feel free to dig around if you want more information. I'm going to give you kind of the highlights of what this energy means in general. And then I'm going to do a union reading for authentic twin flames. And that's what this video is about. And then what I'll do after this is I'll link up to it at the end, is I will go through all 12 signs for the month of May. So you'll have a lot of videos to look at if you are interested, and you can look at all your placements that you find that you normally look at. But also for me, I like to recommend Venus, because I share the same Venus sign with my twin, and I find that energy, when you're tapping into these twin readings, is a good way to go. Okay, so let's just really quickly, I'm gonna talk to you before I do the reading. Let's talk about what this means. So we have the new moon in Taurus. Look at these cards have a lot to say already, so I'm going to go ahead and get a good idea. Okay. So anyway, what we're going to talk about or what's happening is we have this new moon in Taurus. So Taurus rules a lot of different things. If you're a Taurus, definitely leave a comment and let me know how this resonates. But Taurus is everything earth related, everything real life related, material things, financial stuff, your possessions, your values, ownership, both ways, your security, sense of worthiness, all of that sort of stuff, all the tangible things of life, and finances, earth-related life, is what is ruled by Taurus. So what you're going to find is with this, with that energy, it's going to you're going to feel those effects and be dealing with those themes for 6 months. That's what the eclipse cycle is, usually around 6 months. This particular eclipse cycle, from what I understand about it, is that the energy really began with different placements of again, I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the placements and the things that were happening started around November of 2021. So you can look back to November 2021, maybe even watch my union reading then, that video. It's in the monthly playlist. And see what was going on in your life. If you're journaling, which I highly recommend, check out what you're journaling in November, what kind of energy, tangible, financial stuff was happening in November. And this energy is also going to go through not just the next 6 months, but all the way through October of 2023. Okay? So that's a huge window of time that we're all going through this big transition, and I've definitely felt it. The other times, this was really interesting when I looked this up. The other similar things were happening back in April 29th of 2014. So same sort of moon. And then 2012 to 2014, and then 2003 to 2004. And there's other different things happening with other planets that were also like 1993 to 1995. So think back to those parts of your life. What was going on at those times? And that's the part of astrology that I find really helpful, is going back and looking at these big windows of time, not just every day or what's your sun sign or any low-hanging fruit like that. So for me personally, I was actually in union with my twin, and if you've watched any of my twin flame related videos about the journey, you'll know that I look at union as not as a romantic sitting next to each other on the couch paying bills together kind of a situation. There's a lot of ways that you can work together in life with your twin flame. And I find that for me personally, since we've not been dating for 30 years, what I found is that when we worked together, for example, we actually worked together, and that was my favorite union that we've had, and that was between 2012 and 2014. So when I was looking at these dates and then looking up the energy of this eclipse and this new moon in Taurus, I was really fascinated by that. And the last time I saw my twin flame in person was a new moon in Taurus. So this is very interesting, and I'm excited to read all about this today. So that's the rough outline of what this new moon in Taurus, and it happens on Eastern Standard Time at 4:28 p.m. on April 30th, 2022. And like I said, it's a partial solar eclipse. Solar eclipses also run the masculine side of our life. So we should see a lot of movement, action, and all of that stuff in relation to your finances. At the end of this reading, I'll give you a meditation to do and a super attractor card. We'll pull that at the end also. So let's just get right into this. So I'm very excited about this. I'm really interested in seeing what's going on. These three cards flew out before I asked a question, so I'm going to put them back in, but we have the King of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So super clear, knowing exactly what you want, putting in the work, and becoming really successful on your own. So that's great with that project. Okay. So, but what I want to do is I'm going to do my normal union readings. So again, my name's Hope. This is Unification Inside, where I help you balance out your masculine and feminine energies inside, so you can get an inner union, which you need to get an inner union before you can get an outer union. So, yeah, look at that, Six of Cups popping right out for the union energy. Yeah, and that's your inner child. So in this deck, it's your inner child. But a lot of times a lot of tarot readers read the Six of Cups as a past love coming back. I'm going to take it as this version, which is your inner child, because I was just talking about merging your inner masculine and feminine. You also have an inner child to heal. That's really where we all need to start, honestly. And then we also have inner protector. We have all kinds of inner lover. So let's see, what other union energy do we have for this, specific to this new moon in Taurus, for all authentic twin flames going through this journey. Let's see. Whoa. All right. Let's see what we got here. We've got 10 of Cups. Ooh, that's nice. Especially if you take the 6 of Cups of being like innocent, youthful love. And then 10 of Cups is happily ever after. 10 of Swords reversed, and Queen of Swords. So letting go what's no longer serving you, being done with karmic cycles, having your eye on the future. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's great. If we're looking at this as your union energy, this is the third energy that we share with our twin. There's a third energy field. That's that magnet that you feel when you're standing next to them in person. You physically feel like a magnet clicking together. That's that third energy. We share chakras. Okay, let's see what's the current energy for the feminine collective, the divine feminine collective, for the authentic twin flames going into this new moon in Taurus with a partial solar eclipse, which we should already be feeling. And there we go. 6 of Wands, outside recognition. What do you want outside recognition on? What do you want validation for? Oh, Ace of Swords, this powerful, strong new beginning that you've just taken on. Clarity, insight. You have made a decision, or you've learned something. What else? One more card, please. Oh, there we go. Hierophant. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's very interesting. So what I'm seeing here is we have the 6 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant all together. So validation on something you know to be true that has something to do with traditions and maybe mentorship. So you're seeking external validation based on, yeah. So it could be that you want someone to tell you that yes, you are a twin flame. I mean, that's one way to look at it. You also could be looking to get married to validate a relationship, which is a terrible reason to do that, in my opinion. Yeah, there's lots of things. You also could be, there's a lot of you probably studying and going to school, and you're ready to get a degree. I know there's one twin flame that I'm friends with, and he's desperately working on his PhD, and he's really struggling with that. So that could be another interpretation of that energy as well. Okay, so let's see what your masculine's doing right now, going into this new moon in Taurus, happening on April 30th, 2022, with a partial solar eclipse. What is your masculine? Oh, Five of Cups, sadness. Crying over spilled milk. Let's see. Loss. What is he losing? What is the Divine Masculine Collective, Twin Flame Collective specifically? What is the Divine Masculine Collective losing? What is he letting go of? Let's see. What is this Divine Masculine Twin Flame Collective? He is Nine of Swords, waking up from a nightmare, realizing where he's at. Oh, that has not been working. Okay, so this is to me very clear. So the Divine Masculine Collective has the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So he's waking up from this very successful life he's built. And I say he, but it could be a female. Everything you've built and earned and worked for, you're realizing that is not everything that you want. It's not as fulfilling as you thought it would be. And you're waking up to this fact and realizing that you've got to change. So that's what the Divine Masculine Collective is dealing with going into this, is really, and that actually is a very good example of what this Taurus energy is exactly, of like recognizing, and this gets to the meditation we're going to do at the end, of identifying the things that have a false sense of security that aren't working anymore, that weren't meant for you. So that's very interesting. Okay. So you're both letting go of all this karma. You're both ready to be happy because we've got this Ten of Cups here in the middle, which is a happily ever after. This is the kind of stuff that most twin flame teachers, and I want to put air quotes around that because most people talking about twin flames online aren't actually twin flames. But this is the stuff they're peddling online is, you know, oh, they're coming back to you. Oh, they miss you. This long lost love. They want to marry you and have kids with you. And that's not exactly what this is all about. But so in my readings, I don't peddle that kind of stuff. I'm here to talk about real talk. This is a divine version of it too. So, but I like that this is a tangible. This is a Six of Cups and Ten of Cups. So it means that it is possible. It is here. You have it between you already. You've probably already had some situations where you've been in harmony in that way. I don't really want to get into that in this video, but there's a lot of things that happen along the journey to get you prepared for union. Separation is a preparation for sure. Okay, so let's see. What I was going to say, Ace of Wands. Okay, so what I was about to, while I was shuffling, say and ask, my higher self knew what I was getting at, was Page of Cups, Ace of Wands. Both of those came out reversed. What's the energy of this union for the next 6 months with this new moon in Taurus? Ooh, too many cards. So there's that Nine of Wands that we saw. Okay, I saw that at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So a message, a victory, and this inner knowing, this third eye awakening, following your higher self for a new beginning. So what I'm seeing, because two of these three were blocked, they were reversed. The Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups, or the Page of Cups. So message not coming through. Like, you know you need to talk, and that is not what's happening because you're almost at the end of a victory. So what I'm seeing is like this could come through when separation's about to end and both parties, because I'm reading it for the union energy, both parties know that you need to talk about what's happened in the past. Both of you know you need to talk about all the journey that you've already been on. Both of you know that you need to talk about the connection because you both know that you have this energetic connection with each other. I definitely feel that myself. It's time for the talk. It's been a long, hard journey, which is what the Nine of Wands is all about. Yeah. So, but at the same time, this version of the Page of Cups, I love this deck because he's also thinking when pigs fly, and he doesn't really believe that it's real. So it's kind of being in a little bit of a la-la land of an energy. But the Ace of Wands in the upright is tapping into your own inner knowing and knowing where to go and what new beginning you want. So I see that both of you are just so close to being ready. The nines are the ending. You're just before the 10. So you're clearing up all this last karma with this Queen of Swords, getting rid of the Queen of Swords. the Queen of Swords is a very blocked feminine energy, where she's just like, I'm good, I don't need you. And I was that way for a really long time. I've always been very strong, very independent female. I've never needed anybody in my life, but I've had to let that go in order to allow room in for a higher love. So it's a stage of the journey. I also personally read the Queen of Swords as my twin's partner, life partner, or spouse, whatever. So letting all that go, the karma ending, is part of the journey for what you guys are going through. Okay, so just hopefully that gives you some ideas. All right, so let's see, what else? What is the next 6 months? What can we really focus on in the feminine side of things? What's the best thing for the feminines to focus on for the next 3 months or 6 months during this eclipse cycle with this new moon in Taurus specifically? Hey, look at that, 10 of Wands. We had the 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Letting those burdens go, letting go of that journey, that hard-won journey. Oh, and the Knight of Cups. That's even better than the Page of Cups, in my opinion. And let's see, what else? One more. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we had this one already earlier when I was shuffling. Remember, this jumped out. So we have the 10 of Wands, which is great because your union energy is the Knight of Wands and you're going to the 10 of Wands. We also already have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords here in the union energy. So all these 10s are endings. Letting go of these burdens that no longer serve you, again, is exactly what I just said that we're going to get into at the end during the meditation. Knight of Cups is tapping in, meditating, self-care, taking action to clean up all that stuff I was talking about. Your inner child, your inner masculine, your inner feminine, your inner protector, all your childhood trauma. Like, go in, tap in, spend this tangibly, getting rid of all of those burdens, everything that's holding you back, get rid of it. And what that brings in is what I was just saying again, 9 of Pentacles, being solid on your own. Being solid on your own financially is very important, but also just in general. Just you are the one that's going to make yourself happy, nobody else. Everybody needs to learn that, not just twin flames. Okay, so that's something for you to work on for this new moon. Tangibly, work on your finances by letting go of burdens that are things that are holding you back. And sit down and meditate and figure out inside what those are. You don't need anyone else to tell you what those are. You know what burdens you've got that you need to let go of. For me, it's been I need to have better boundaries and not take on other people's burdens. All right, what's the masculine? Jeez Louise. Okay. Masculine, 9 of Cups, so another 9. The masculine, what is he working on for the next 6 months? Oh, here we go. Take this one. 5 of Swords, yep, cutting his losses, going after bliss. And let's see what else. For this new moon in Taurus, for the Divine Masculine Collective. This also could be your masculine side, like your work. 6 of Wands. Ooh, look at that. We have some mirroring finally happening. You have the 6 of Wands on your side. Well, I always say you, but the feminine side, and now we have it here on the masculine side. So the Divine Masculine for the next 6 months, what he's working on is 9 of Cups, knowing that he has happiness that he can have. He knows exactly what he needs to do to get happy. So he's got to cut his losses, take what he can from this 5 of Cups situation, let go of the rest, and he'll come home victorious with a message as a messenger. This person is getting the external validation. So it could be, I don't really see, aside from the fact that we have that 10 of Pentacles, could be walking away from a job and finding a better job that maybe makes less money, but maybe it's a better fit for his heart and soul and more where he's supposed to be. And it might bring in external validation and recognition, praise. It could be, getting a promotion, something like that. But I see this 9 of Cups as being happier. That's very important. Okay, what's blocking, union? What's blocking you guys? What kind of things are holding you back that you really need to let go of for this new moon in Taurus, partial solar eclipse energy, April 30th. So this goes through, it's already happening right now, and it's going to go through May and the next 6 months. What can you let go of? What do you need to let go of, both of you, in order for this union to take place? 2 of Cups reversed, separation. The idea that you're separate. Happiness, bliss. He has the 9 of Cups, and so does union. I love it when mirroring happens. I love it when you guys get the union energy. That means you're right on your right track. And the moon reversed. Interesting, considering that's what a solar eclipse does. Wow, okay, this is great. Okay, so 2 of Cups reversed, 9 of Cups, and the moon reversed. So I love this as what to heal, what to work on for, this is what to work on for the next 6 months, but it's specifically during this new moon in Taurus. So the 2 of Cups this is a great example of how I look at twin flame energy or advanced souls, that when we are together in real life, it is an alchemy of energy. We share chakras, we merge our chakras when we let down our guard. You probably feel it, physically feel it in your body when you're next to this person. It's not a physical attraction like a regular relationship. It's a physical, energetic connection. And it merges, and you share templates. So this is why separation is actually really important, because we actually pick up different templates and heal different templates within ourselves on that journey. And we can only do that separate. But when we come back together, we're sharing that energy with our twin. So what coming out reversed is healing that separation. So one thing is, if you're still focused on who's the runner, who's the chaser, am I the divine feminine, am I the divine masculine? All of that is separation. You need to let all of that go. Even though I read for the feminine side and the masculine side and your union energy, you got to let all that go and realize you are one. You are one with your twin. You're one with the divine. You're one with everyone on earth. You're one with your soul group, your soul family, your parents, your coworker you hate. Everyone is one. You are one with all of them. Your twin is just your closest soul relative, like an identical twin would be in a family. Okay, we share the same energy field. So stay focused on happiness. What is it that you want to bring into your life? What is it that will make you happy? What's the reality, though? Some people think that having a ton of money and that financial security, like, oh, if I only could get to that point, I'd be happy. But I can tell you for a fact that's not what's going to make you happy when you're there. So let go of those illusions of what you think happiness looks like. And with this moon reversed, I love that it's reversed considering we're going into a new moon in Taurus with the partial solar eclipse. So becoming reversed, tap into your inner knowing, tap into these moon cycles, journal it, integrate your light and your shadow side, figure out what those are, see the light at the end of the tunnel, and again, look at the union of it all, not the separation of it all. So that's for sure something to keep in mind going forward. For both of you. You both need union. So look back, and like I said, when I was doing the research on, what this new moon in Taurus and the partial solar eclipse was bringing in energetically and looking at those dates, I was shocked to see that 2 of my biggest unions with my twin were the same dates. So that's amazing. So just bring in more union. Think back to when you got along. Think back to when you loved them. Why did you love them? What did they love about you? Think back to union. Let go of the separation, because the more you focus on one, the more you're going to get it. So are you focusing on who's running, chasing? Am I angry with them? If you're, you don't forgive them. If the more you bring in the positive side, and I'm not saying spiritual bypass, but focus on the positives. Remember when you were in union, that brings more of it in. Yeah, so I've got the sun for you. Follow the happiness. Follow the happiness. Realize that we are all one. The sun is shining on you. The star, that's amazing. Hope, healing, I love it. And the Page of Cups. Wow, a message. I love it. Ooh, and the King of Cups is at the bottom of your deck. Okay, so this is the feminine side. These are amazing cards to get, especially with everything I just said. So where is your bliss? What is happy? Sunshine. Going for that moon reversed, the next card would be the sun upright, right? And this gets back to the eclipse. Hiding your shadows doesn't help. You have to actually heal them. You have to look at them. You have to bring them to the light. Follow the light. I love it. I love it. The sun. Follow your happiness. Follow your inner light. This star card. I love this version of the star card. Glow up. Be strong. Be powerful. Take action in your life to make yourself solid on your own. physically, tangibly, monetarily. Go after that job that you know that's out there for you. Go after, a promotion. Go do all of those things. This is great advice for you. And you might have to speak. You might have to be the one to break the ice. Page of Cups. Tap into your inner light, your inner knowing, your inner healed feminine. Even if you're a masculine in a masculine body, I don't really care. It's not genders, it's energies. Tap in and maybe bring a small, tiny little message. One thing I did, a year, 2, 3 years ago, is I just stopped censoring myself. So if my twin flame posts something on Instagram or wherever, social media, and I'm like, my gut reaction would be to like say something or whatever, or like it or whatever. I mean, I'm just going to do it. I do that with other people. I mean, I talk to, one night stands from 10 years ago more than I talk to my twin flame. So I stopped censoring myself, and now I find it very powerful. I don't do it to get a reaction. I don't expect any response. That's not what it's about. So sometimes these tiny little messages, so you could be wanting, maybe, like I said, if you were going to want to blow up at work, like if you want to get a promotion, maybe just send a message to your boss and ask to talk. Something simple like that. And that helps you, right? So tap into the light, harness it, see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then take a small, tiny step forward with action to make that happen. Okay? So the masculine collective, let's see what the masculine collective, what's the best guidance for the masculine collective with this new moon in Taurus happening on April 30th, 2022 with a partial solar eclipse. What's the best guidance? Woo! Too many cards. But we have the Ace of Cups, Justice. Wow, that's amazing. And then these cards flew out. 7 of Wands, 4 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Wow, 2 aces. Wow. All right, I'm going to take the 2 aces and put the rest back because we have the Judgment here. Yeah, wow. So this is for sure all this stuff that the Divine Masculine is going through, like letting go of maybe a job that looks good on paper but they're not happy, and going after one that they really like that maybe pays less money. So what I'm seeing here is the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, sandwiching the Justice card. So balance, justice, divine justice. This is exactly what's meant to happen. Bringing in 2 very potent, tangible new beginnings and new opportunities. So it could be that they get, it also, here's another interpretation, they could have gotten fired, which they're sad about because it destroys this stability that they have. But it brings forth the opportunity to find their dream job. Like, that's another interpretation of their side of this masculine side of the table. That's amazing. I love it. Okay, so for you, I kind of see a similar side for the Divine Feminine side. You started with, the Herald, this card wanting outside recognition based on something you've learned in a traditional sense, like university, religion, family history, all that kind of stuff. Going through and dropping what's not working, sitting down, figuring out what you actually really want to make you solid on your own. So same thing, you could have a job that looks good on paper, or like this person I was talking about that's getting their PhD, but they need to go through the burdens of it, sit down, do the work of that, get it done so that they can get their PhD and be over with. And so that's another interpretation. Once that's all happened, you see how dark all these cards are? Once this situation has been resolved, then you look at all this amazing energy. Now this, again, if I go with that line of thought with the person I know trying to get their PhD, then it just brings in, it blows open all this happiness, sunshine, personal power, and this small token of effort that's connected to union. Both of these are connected to union. So your other person and you both. I love it. This is amazing. Okay, so let's end this. It's getting kind of long. So this is for authentic twin flames who are in their separation phase of their journey, like I am, because that's who I'm attracting. So what we're doing here is let's get a mantra to go for. There's a meditation and a super attractor. So I'm going to give you 2 things to meditate on. So get your notebook, your journal, or take some deep breaths, close your eyes, tune into me, be here with me now. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Ah, yes. I love it. that gets back to all the stuff I was just saying. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. And I'm a big believer of that. If you have the dream inside of you, it's meant for you. You wouldn't have this desire or dream for whatever it is if it wasn't something you could have. I've struggled with that myself the last couple of years. I was trying to build an online business in a totally different niche, and it wasn't working. But I know in my heart that that's what's right for me, not a regular job, local job. So this tarot for twin flames on YouTube is perfect because this is exactly what I'm going for. And actually the universe is the one that told me to do it. So meditate on that this month. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. So you got to be patient. And then really the other thing is, which we've already talked about at length, is identify the things that give you a false sense of security and let those things go. Sometimes it's our perspective on things. There's a lot of versions of that for everybody. For me, it was my old career. I had to let that go. And I'm like good riddance, you know. So, but it was a safety net. It was a way to get money. So, and it's what I've been doing for my whole life. So you've got this, okay? High five to you. Double high fives. If you're watching these videos and you made it to the end, you are definitely tuned in, tapped in, and on your path. It might not look like it. Quiet your little ego, your